Welcome. Welcome back and welcome home, my light warriors, love beings, starseeds. Welcome home. My name is Melissa, and I will be your multidimensional cosmic tour guide today. We are going to talk about shutting the door, closing things down, cleansing, clearing, healing for good. And we're going to talk about past life regressions and clearing and a little bit of spiritual protection. And so I thought we would start by asking God Source, Creator, Great Spirit, to please show us in only the highest good for all, what we can know today and how we can learn and step forward into freedom coming home. So I'll pull a couple of cards to start with. A little bit of a theme. Ooh, here we go. So the first card I got for us today is Discernment. Discernment is the 20 card. 2 plus 0 is 2. So it's like brand new full circle. 2. And I'm feeling in this discernment card, before I read it, is that there's a greater level of discernment as we clear away these templates and layers and realities that are just not good for us. And we come back into alignment and divine order. So our discernment is stronger and the world will be less fearful. So I had some YouTubes on the other day and I was making dinner and running through the house. I wasn't quite listening, but there's a particular reader that I do like a lot, and her name is Spiritual Healer 777. Spiritual Healer 777. And I caught part of the reading that she was putting out for the collective, I believe, and she was talking about a spiritual protective order. And I thought, wait a minute, I'm feeling that too. So sometimes some of us who are supposed to be speakers and people who share about what in the awakening, about what's going on, people who share, come up with some similar things or sometimes the same things. There's a lady that I really like, speaker that I like on YouTube. Her name is Amanda Ellis. And sometimes she puts up stuff that I'm like, no, I just was channeling Freddie Mercury or something. I didn't want to seem like I was copying her, but we get similar things. So we're on a similar frequency sometimes. And I honor her very much. She's one of my favorites on YouTube. So Spiritual Healer 777 was talking about in these energies right now, although it feels quite unpleasant in a lot of ways and things are bubbling up, anything that wasn't dealt with, listen to me, anything that wasn't dealt with in humanity and in our generational lines and in our circumstances. Some of us took on more than others because we were more aware how to cleanse, clear, heal from some of the heaviest, grossest things that's ever been in humanity. So these are things wound into stitched in to the fabric of humanity. And so that can correlate to our Akashic records, our trees of life that were getting distorted, and the frequencies that were distorted. So our music tune was off, and that means each of us. And so as we each, how many people are in the world? 1 billion, 7 billion, 8 billion, 50 people, no matter what it is, that can get distorted and become out of tune in the circumstances and in the layers of who we are. So when Spiritual Healer 777 was saying, listen, it's very uncomfortable. We have lost everything, which is part of the stripping of who we are, all the distortion out of who we are. And it has been unpleasant for every single human being on the planet, I assume. Fear, abuse, suffering, illness, plagues coming in at us in every direction, right? And so we are cleansing and clearing and de-stitching out of the fabric of humanity these pieces. So that's layers, templates, archetypes, codes, all kinds of things. And she was saying, keep going, because not only are there particular light warriors that'll go, enough, stop it. This is, ridiculous. So the young people, the children, the starseed children, the earth angels that are coming in without fails can have a better world. Please, God, let us have a better world for the children and the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, and all of those to come, where they do not have these fear-mongering crazinesses, and where the normal society has, serial killers and rapists and mean people and very illogical, crazy things that are distracting us from coming into our alignment and balance in who we are, our sacred union and Christ itself. So when I heard spiritual healers say protective order in spirit, I know many, many of you, possibly me, possibly them, those people are having a lot of interference and shadow come at them. And there is a decree, there has been, but it's going to be enforced much more now, where there's almost like a spiritual protective order. So over the millennia, many things were actually forbidden. Some of the people lying, cheating, stealing, betraying, harming people in horrific ways are literally just ignored and no one cares. But it's damaging the layers of who we are. And it's also damaging, like, individually. And it's damaging the layers of who we are as a humanity. So why would we ignore this? And I have this peace energy. I ask Great Spirit, God, Source, to help me today. And, in different tribes and different cultures, they would not put up with people bringing fear and hatred and hurt and suffering into their tribe, into the fabric of their tribe. And all of our tribes in one way or another, or 1,000, 1,000,000 ways, have been infiltrated by darker energies, attachments, wounds, traumas, sufferings. But can we learn from those of the past, as well as how we want in our hearts we want our communities, our civilizations to be like, which is peaceful and safe, especially for the children. So, they wouldn't let in, if someone was sexually abusing people, mentally abusing people, they would send them out of the tribe if it was certain. And so that it was cohesive and harmonious mostly to work together, and the tribe, or the different culture people of the culture, followed morality, rules, respect of others' dignity. And there's almost none of that around us these days. So that's some of the stuff that's coming out. We're having a spiritual protective order. Thank you, Spiritual Healer 777, for reminding us of this and helping us understand, like, all you have to do is ask God, Source, Creator, your guides, guardian angels, whatever your path is and your words are, to help protect and protect and protect. And that goes for me in particular. I was born into that horrifying cult thing that I didn't know about, and kind of human trafficking and all kinds of stuff that's so normal around there, lots of stuff. And so with these things, I'm going to ask that Source, God, Creator, Christed energy, possibly, if you would like, clears out our root chakra, that red, I thought I had on red today. Red chakra, the root chakra, just a little bit more, clear out anything that's been weaved in to our personal mind, body, soul, spirit, soul systems, and our fabric of who we are, as well as the fabric of humanity. So in that particular red root chakra energy bandwidth. So I'm going to ask for a clearing of that. We're going to just close the door. How about that? How about another door? Anything that brings in anything that's not for our highest good. And so the card Discernment is really poignant today. The frequency of discernment. So why don't we ask for the pure frequency of discernment to go through our root chakra as it's clearing, and those doors are closing forever for the things that we did not ask for, the things that we were not holding on to, the things that we did not choose or agree to or consent to. Bye. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So I ask for this pure energy, pure light energy, to go through us if you so choose. And we close down anything that's not pure light energy going through our root chakra and moving through the rest of who we are. Cleansing, clearing. And I'm going to ask for all of us, if you would so choose, for a spiritual protective order, so that none of the things that were forbidden and true abominations, crimes, hardships, evils, darknesses, shadow can get back in, and we are protected while we stabilize and learn how to stay in balance in the new earth energies. How's that? How's that for new balanced fabric of humanity? I think so. So the other card that came out is Miracle. I'm all for that. Look at that cosmic heart. The reds, the orange, and the yellows. So all the templates are being cleansed and cleared, and we have some work to do on that. But as we become more and more aware of that, we can expand and we can hold the energy where there used to be shadow and darkness and yucky stuff in our circumstances, in our layers of society, in our personal lives, in our relationships. We can hold the energy of miracle. And we can ask God, Source, Creator, what can make me happy? What can help? I don't remember. Sometimes all of us don't remember what's our passion, makes us happy. And we can ask for that. So we can ask for the miracle of learning how to receive that which makes the highest good, makes us happy the most. Again, in any layer and level of your life or in humanity. So again, you can't ask for anything else to change someone else, to steal their twin flame, to, take their money, lie, cheat, and steal and betray. Otherwise, that will not go good. It'll slingshot back. By the way, we're being spiritually protected from those kind of people and things. And I'm going to ask for the miracle. Every level and every layer of pure divine light to be here with us. It's number 33 card, 3. So that's a master number. And so the threes are important. Sometimes Holy Trinity is in that, and connection, balance as above. Sometimes it means collaboration, a lot of other things, but 3 plus 3 is 6. And if that's a number, that's a 2022 number. And that's the 6. The 6 is, even though in the inverted matrix, in the inverted, tainted, inverted stuff, the 666 is horrifying, scary, awful, devilly things. So we're unstitching that these days, destitching, undoing the inverted pieces out of the templates, layers, archetypes of who we are. And the 6 usually means home, beauty, creation, creativity, smooth harmony. And so that's what we're going to see in the rest of this year, popping out from behind the shadow from where it was pushed away. So miracle, I'm going to ask for miracles for all of us of pure divine light, highest good only. And the frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So I send out big love to everybody, all you light warriors. Thank you. All you starseeds, all of you people. Thank you for being you. And I send out big love and miracle, pure divine miracle energy. And that also can push out and shut down some of the leaks and traumas that we have accrued in the history of humanity. So there's one thing that was really, really with me today. I do past life regressions in my work. And, if you would like a session, you can go to the box below and find the services and look up past life regressions. And we always do some spiritual healing and look at the root causes of things. And it is a way of cleansing, clearing, and realigning, helping someone find their path, their awakening in clarity, clearness, wholeness, home, and in their own way. And so they can see it and experience some of these things. And we can ask what the root causes are to some of our things that keep us blocked or has hurt us, wounded us, or causes confusion. And there was one in particular I learn all the time from the past life regressions. I'm so grateful to be able to get to do this. And all the people, oh my goodness, so amazing. And there was one that I recall, and I won't tell all of it, but it was a beautiful young lady, and she's brilliant, smart, amazing, beautiful young lady. And I had not met her before, and we worked on the past life regression, and I said, okay, tell me who you are. And we were working on whatever could free her the most in many layers in whatever way possible. And she said, well, I see red armbands. I see red armbands. And I thought, uh-oh, this is not, I could feel it. I'm like, uh-oh, something, okay, uh-oh. So sometimes past life regressions are like some people in the history of the world that didn't ever leave a 8-mile area, really, or didn't have phones. Things were different ways, and cultures and backgrounds and foods and experiences and religions and things like that. So you never know. You just never know. And so she ended up being a Nazi soldier. And she said we all had to be soldiers, because if you didn't go along with what they said, then they would kill you, just like they were killing other people. And so she was saying that her troop or group in her military service really upset her. And she said it was really hard. And some of the people were, ha ha ha, nonchalant. We should kill blah, 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 these types of people. And they were all into it and bullying, threatening. And there were several others that were just like, this is horrific, but you cannot not follow rules, commands, things like that. And if you're in the military, you just have to smile and go with it. And I think that it was really poignant to me, because not only of all of us know about Holocaust and Nazi Germany and different time periods of history that have similar, very scary tyranny and horror rulings, but we've all been in a place, whether it's been in a job or a home, with different relationships where we were in survival mode, and we knew if we didn't smile and say sure, then it would be really bad consequences. So in effect, we were imprisoned. And the way she described it, I cannot, tell too much about her experience, but this past life regression, I believe, in a way, again, I can't speak for her fully, but showed in her, like, there was a root cause just anchored into her. Of course, she's never been, I don't know, she's a kind of jet-setting kind of young lady. So I don't know if she's ever been to Germany or the surrounding European countries, but she's never been involved or have any thought or anything of not only military, but behavior and war and going against a certain group of people or anything like that. But she said there was a piece of her anchored in, and possibly in guilt, shame, suffering of whatever happened in that past lifetime, that stuck her into the fabric of humanity in a really low place. And of course, that's not her fault. It wasn't her choice. And as we can look at each other in the eyes and go, man, that's all these people were trained for. It didn't have to be war and military, but the way they do things, the way they think, the backgrounds and cultures that we have. And so we can see this in society. And I was like, that's brilliant. And so to me, I just could feel like when she went into this past life regression, and that is the purpose of the past life regression, sometimes is to heal deeply things in our subconscious or in our generational patternings that we can't even comprehend. They're not our fault. They're not necessarily our karma, but they are the strong one's way of clearing the karma of humanity as well. So I felt, and I think that she felt, like a freedom after that. So it wasn't as confusing as why this or that felt blocked in her life. And I could see it in myself going, oh, that's why we all had to almost wear masks and smile when we were not really thrilled with the way things worked, but we had to, otherwise the consequences would have been disastrous for us. In these times, the masks are being pulled away, whether we like it or not. We are being stripped down. And I really think it's important for us not to, in particular, threaten, bully, mock others. There's plenty of people that will do that, in groups even, thank you. But have compassion for others. And it's probably a really good time right now to never, ever lie, cheat, steal, betray, harm others, manipulate, whatever, because that's going to bounce back at you, because we got that spiritual protective order. And we've got our angels have integrated, or herself has integrated, angelic realms and hierarchy has integrated some of the shadow in the spirit realms, the lower 3, 4, 5, 60, where it's come in. And we are here to continue to do that in a bigger way. So it's in the physical density and the simulated realms, ethers, all the way to physical, mind, body, spirit, soul, form. So it was just really poignant. And when she said red armband, I thought, oh, and some of the things, the symbols and the inversions in our lives it's almost like had spirit casted spells, bindings, stuff to make us hate red things and feel like, are you seeing red? meaning are you really angry? And so that root chakra has been really, remember that's our first chakra. So that root chakra, passion, has been really inverted and stuck in the upside down in the fallen spaces. And red's beautiful. Red actually is my favorite color for 1,000 years. But there is that extra strength in that. And and it can be the beginning of conception of all our creativity and ideas and flow of who we are. And as we know, our Merkaba around us has been tainted and smashed and also shadowed. How's that? Shadowed, thrown shade upon. And so we're working on that. But as our Merkaba, however you say it, uses all of our chakras, which are many. But we have the main ones going right down our body, and we're cleansing, clearing all of those. We have been for many, 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 many years. But now it's at a new level, better than before, and we are shutting the doors to some of the opened gateways that were not our fault. It wasn't about us, but the humanity, or you or me, have had open with access from the shadows or the dark lower energies. So we're clearing that out, de-stitching, de-lousing, tuning up, closing the doors, keeping us in tune, in stability, balance, and so that we can continue to wake up and continue to awaken and continue to awaken to our wholeness, balance, truth of who we are. And that's what's on the table for the next few years. So if you want to think about, it's almost like activating your root chakra and pulling the energy up in the different ways in wholeness, balance, alignment, divine order, that might be able to help you receive your miracles and hold that discernment when it is needed. So I really like it today, and I'm going to end up here at the end pulling a card for us and asking that the miracles keep coming in for us, and anything that is not for our highest good be shut down, doors closed, and healed inside of who we are and in the collective. Now, that doesn't ever mean that we have to be like each other or think like each other or be in some new world order. It means that we came here to come back into our Christed state of being and hold this world in a Christed daily reality. How's that? It's so much fun. We've all got lots of work to do. We've all got distortion. We've all got attachments. We've all got stuff that we're working on, but it's so much fun. So the card that popped out for the ending card is Archangel Raziel, who is the angel of mysteries and mystics, magic, the keys of these things that human minds usually cannot comprehend. And get this, it's eternity. I think that was last week that I had my little infinity symbol ring on, and that's what I'm seeing here in the middle. And so the infinity to me is bringing us, and this could be twin flame, souls, spark of creation right in the middle here, bringing us back into the circle of light of who we are, your own unique self, and connected with our soul, wholeness, home, or higher selves, and perhaps our soulmates, our soul tribe, soul families, in cleared ways where we can understand and connect with each other, and maybe our twin flame. So I love this eternity because it feels like that we are re-scripting, rewriting as we undo the old scripts and the old fallen matrices and the fallen Garden of Eden things, and we're re-scripting to wholeness and light and cosmic grooviness for the rest of our existence in this universe, this light universe. I like it. And again, I would like to mention one of my favorites is Amanda Ellis. Amanda Ellis has a YouTube channel, and she's a color therapist. I can't remember what her other things are, but Amanda Ellis. And I thank Spiritual Healer 777 for bringing the message that we have like a spiritual, extra spiritual protection right now, and kind of like a protective order and extra angels or pieces of wholeness that keeps out the shadow and the darkness and the way things used to be, where we were always attacked and spiritual attacks all the time and things like that throughout our lives. And we might still have spiritual attacks and some of those dark things and people and stuff, they don't listen. But we have more protection, spiritual protective order is in place and decreed. Love one. Love one, light warriors. We've known that for a long time. I send out great love and thanks to all of you. And thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. And miracle, pure divine love energy to you all. I'll see you soon.